It's Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yes. When everybody's watching football.
Oh, yeah, it's the football. Actually, not yet, I don't think. I think it's next week. I think it's,
not yet, huh?
It's the preseason still. They're still rooping and duping on the flipping scooping.
Oh, okay.
While they're doing that, I am Cruise Control.
And I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And this is me sucking on a fucking caffeinated chocolate.
I was going to say, you got a mouthful of something over there, dude.
Oh, that's so cute of you to say that.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Nothing Sacred Show, and what the fuck date is it? God damn it, it's the 20-something.
It's the 27th, man.
Ah, it's 27th, that's right. 27th of August 2017.
Oh, shit. Man.
Yeah, whatever.
That's crazy. But yes, we are doing a show in the afternoon. Not that it matters to any of you fuckers, but
no, like you give a shit. Who cares? So it's different. Ooh, it's so different. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm in a good mood. I'm just chilling. So I know you got some stuff to start with.
Yeah.
Let's start with something. Let's whatever.
All right. And also too, man, remind me. I remember a few shows ago or something. Remember you wanted me to give you a bar report.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we are going to do that later on. So we got a bar report. Let's start with the good news, the really good news, the reason I think this is amazing. It just starkly shows how much weight affects your health.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
unbelievably, unequivocally, amazing evidence. So all these fat fuckers are like, "Don't fat shame me." Well, we're trying to get you to stop killing yourself, you fucking retards.
Yeah, exactly.
So when we say you're a fat fuck and you're a whale and you're ugly and disgusting, it's because you're killing yourself.
And you're undisciplined.
And you want us to make well, even if you have some thyroid issue, but you want us to make you feel good for not being healthy. And that's not what we want to do. You want us to excuse your behavior because you're feeling ashamed of it. I don't want to be shamed. Well, don't feel shame then. You're making me. We don't make you feel shit. You feel your own shit. Anyway.
Yep.
The big news is, drum roll.
All right, man. So Tuesday, I went to the doctor to get my follow-up results for my sleep study.
Yes.
And I went in, and he goes, you know what? He goes, you don't have sleep apnea anymore. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He goes, you didn't sleep much during your sleep study, but when you did sleep, he said you never stopped breathing. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I go, so I don't need the CPAP anymore? He's like, nope. You won't need it anymore. I'm like, wow.
But it's yours. You bought it, didn't you?
Yes, it's mine. So I'll just put it in the closet.
Keep it there. You never know. You may need it, and sometimes you may need some. Maybe the oxygen. I don't know. Maybe it felt good to have it. Do you feel any different from using it or not using it?
Man, I'm kind of relieved to be able to just get in bed and not have to go through this ritual of strapping on the mask and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in the morning you wake up and you don't notice the difference without wearing it.
Oh yeah. Now I feel good when I wake up. I'm like, even this morning, I think I was telling you on the phone, I went to bed at, I think it was 1, and I was up at 6:30, and I didn't feel tired. I wanted to go, I wanted to get up. I was like, I want to get up, man. Fuck this. I'm not just going to lay here. I'm not tired anymore. Yeah. So let's get up.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is you don't notice, I'm saying you don't notice any drop off of how you felt with the machine on when you're down.
No, I don't. It's the same as I would have felt, if I had been using.
Okay, that's incredible. That just shows you, God, it's incredible. So that's my next step is to lose some poundage on my stomach just to get it off and to start moving around more and.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, for me it was diet, and now of course I have no more diet stuff. The nutrition.
Yeah. Also, so that's another question. There's a follow-up question on that I wanted to ask. So, you gone to any fast food restaurants, and if you have. Are you more skittish, or you're like, I don't know, dude, or are you just like, fuck it, I want a Baconator triple just to try it?
No. I've tried to watch myself. I'm still trying to, and I bought healthier food, groceries and shit. Mm-hmm. I got yogurt and fruit.
Shit that you never would have eaten before. Now you're used to eating it, right?
Yeah, it's part of my diet. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat some. Like this morning when I got up, I had some pineapple for breakfast. Sliced pineapples.
Yeah.
So I had that, and then for lunch, I had one more Nutrisystem shake sitting around. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and finish that. But then I just snack occasionally. I've got a shitload of snacks, just like those little snack packs of chips. Mm-hmm. That I can eat.
A good thing is trail mix. And I don't know if you see, the thing is that you've trained yourself to be able to eat shit that you would have gone think about it. 5 months ago, if someone said, yeah, you woke up and had some pineapple and a shake for lunch, you'd be like, ugh, disgusting.
Oh yeah, no way.
And now you're like, you're probably like, this is good. This tastes good, right? Fruit tastes good. That's the thing.
It does. It
And so
actually
do
does.
vegetables do too. You get a good fucking like nice salad, man.
Oh,
Chomping on
yeah,
that
actually,
fucking
there's some rockin' salads out there.
exactly, man. And then you've learned and changed, and so now, so have you gone to fast food since then?
Not really. The only thing, Tuesday night I did celebrate a little bit. I went to this, went to another bar.
Mm-hmm.
It was another place I wanted to try out. The guy who used to work at the Rum Runner has his own place now, and so I went there and I had this like barbecued steak sandwich,
Oh,
and
that's good,
with
dude.
fries. So, and then of course I drank a shitload of beer. But other than that, I'm still, I'm still careful. Probably the most careless I was last night when I went to my brother's party.
Mhm.
So, and they had pizza and they had those little like beanie weenies. But I did eat I had like 5 pieces of pizza. But other than that, for the most part though, I've tried to.
Was it an
be
alcoholless party?
No, there was alcohol, man. They got alcohol for me.
Oh, good. Okay, so because your bro is still not partaking, I don't think, right?
Oh, no, not at all. But I mean, there were people that were coming that.
Oh, cool.
did
So
drink.
there was an actual party. It was an actual party with
Well,
people.
it was more. It's funny, dude. It seemed like it was more for the kids, almost, dude.
Ah.
That's a.
So
we
let's
should-
go into that. Let's
I guess
start
we should
with
just
that.
jump into
Let's
that,
start with
shouldn't
this.
we?
That's our first topic. And this is like one of those moments we have to find a name for this, or like a romantic reminder.
Romantic reminder, yeah.
A
that's
romance
what it is.
reminder or something like that. Let's make it the reminder of romance.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh God, I wish I missed the fucking sunsets hand in hand, the love notes, and then okay. So what happened here? So,
Yeah, so I get over there, man, and I felt bad because it was our dog's birthday, man. It was his 40th, so when that's like a milestone that you really should celebrate and be happy and all that kind of thing. So I get there and he meets me outside and he takes me in the garage first of all to show me some things. He's got like a trailer and he's got these quads and all this other shit. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty neck, but I think that's what we might call him, dude. Our dog, the redneck.
So red dog.
Anyway, so then he's like, all right, man, let's go in the house. And I'm like, all right, cool. So we go in the house, dude. And the first fucking thing I hear is, because she's got 4 teenagers, 1 girl and 3 boys. And the first thing I hear, dude, is like the boys kind of like yelling at each other. Like not yelling like arguing, but like the one was yelling upstairs to the other one, hey, did you do this? Or some shit. And the other one was yelling back down to him. And I'm like, hey, guys. And my brother's like, yeah, man, sorry, you missed it's kind of a dramatic, tense moment here. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So we go into the kitchen area, or the the living room, kind of a living room / kitchen area, and his girlfriend's in there. So I say hi to her, and she's all worked up all of a sudden. She's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm too stressed out. You need to do this, honey. And my brother's like, what they were trying to do is they were trying to link their TVs up so they could all watch the fights on all of them. Because I was over there for the McGregor.
Yeah, oh God, that piece of shit.
Yeah,
that
I went
fest.
over for that.
I bet that was lovely.
Well, and here's what was going on, because she was getting all worked up and stressed out, and so she walks away from it. It almost, dude, kind of almost reminds me of somebody else. I can't find a parking spot.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so my brother's like, well, honey, what is it you want me to do? She's like, oh, get it working. I just can't get it to work. And he's like, well, you had all week to do this, because remember, she doesn't work, man.
Oh, of course, and this is his day, so she's all talking. You do it. What? Yeah, wow.
Yeah, making him fucking do it. And then she goes in the kitchen. She's like, I've got too much to do right now. I'm too stressed out. And he goes, well, why don't you delegate some? Because, dude, the kids are upstairs doing what the fuck ever, on their phones or,
Okay,
whatever.
so let's step back 1 second here. Last time I checked, they both have different places.
Yeah, they did, but I
Yeah,
think
there
little by
it goes.
little
There
he's
it goes.
moving over
Yeah,
there.
obviously, because that's why I was like, well, wait, he's in the. Oh, this is my this, and this is my that, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yep, no, he has stuff over there. I
Man.
think his place he just kind of goes to occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask for sure, but from what it's looking like, I think he spends more time over there than he does at his own house. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, yeah, dude. So it was this real awkward, fucking stressful moment, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, and and he felt bad, dude. You could tell he was trying to be really cool and accommodating, and he was like, "So you want a beer or something, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
You're like, "Please give me a beer."
Oh yeah, no, I definitely needed something.
What was the choice that they got for you, by the way?
Oh, they had Bud Light, and there were these weird there were bottles, but they were metal bottles.
Yeah, that's the way they do it now. That's what Bud Light does now. Metal bottles.
That's crazy. Yeah, and they're screw-off caps.
Yeah, and Bud Light. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man, because we
you don't care.
At least I had something, and so I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting there.
Oh, you had some. Oh, that's right. You had drank a moonshine, I believe.
Yeah, well, that was the other thing. I had one of those before I went over there.
So you're you're hyper. Hey, you're like, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like, man, fuck. Okay, I'll just sit here and observe this shit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so they weren't really arguing, but he was like, honey, you just dropped this in my lap, And later he told me when he got me alone, he was like, dude, he's like, she had all week to do this shit, and I was expecting her to do this, and and then at one point he was kind of even blaming himself. He's like, well, me, man, always have to do an R&R BF, it can never be simple with me. And I'm like, well, dude, you relied on some people.
There's certain R&R BF moments that are required rock and roll butt fucks, and that's one of those. It shouldn't be she should have been even snapping him that day. It's like, all right, well, so she couldn't get it linked up, but even if she did get it linked up, I mean, did you finally get it linked up?
Yeah, they finally got it working, but it was just, dude, it was like 2 hours of ass rammery. And at one point, they were like moving from room to room. And at one point, they're in the other room, and he comes into where I was, and he was like, hey, you want to come in here? Because I think we're all in here now, like in the big, whatever, foyer, TV room, whatever the fuck it was. So, and it's a really big fucking house, too. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, if she's got her 4 kids. So, dude, I go in there, and the kids are in there, and they're on their phones. Oh, that's the other thing. She was kind of jumping on them, too. She's like, who was eating watermelon here? Come here and clean this up. You got to clean this up. You made a mess. Talking to her kids and shit. And so so I guess I go in there, and I'm trying to talk to the kids, dude. Like,
but they're not talking to you because they're on their phones.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Because they're like,
Yeah. Oh, not even an I didn't even get an I mean, they were a world away, dude.
That's what happened.
It was like,
man.
And even my brother was like, they're a little preoccupied with their phones, man. And he's told me that in the past, they like live on their phone. Of course,
that's all kids do. That's the thing. That's the problem is they get kids these phones when they're so young that they just live in them. They're dependent on them. So they live in their fucking phones. Like there's a girl in my improv group, a woman. Obviously, she has kids, and she brought the kids to this improv jam, which is fine. I mean, it's an all, you can have anybody every age there, but it was a little weird. But all they did, they sat there on their phones, like while
and
the
they
improv
never spoke to you or interacted.
And I said,
with
hey,
you.
and I said, you got a suggestions? They did. They bloop bloop. No.
Oh my God, yeah, dude, that's just how these kids.
It's
work.
It's scary, man. It's freaky, and then he's stuck with that, and that's supposed to be love, man. That's loves.
Yeah, I know it's family.
Fucking
and
loves.
Well, see, and then here's the other thing. This was funny too, because at one point he goes, "Hey man," because I brought my swim trunks because they said they might go swimming. So he says to me at one point, he goes, "So hey, do you want to go swimming?" And I was like, "Well, is everybody else going swimming?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think the kids are going to come out and swim in a little bit." And I was like, "All right, fuck it." So I go upstairs and I put on my trunks and everything. Dude, I was the only fucker in the pool. I'm out. It's just me out there, just swimming around, and I brought my beer out there, so I'm occasionally going to drink my beer, and I'm like, what the fuck? And you could tell he was totally trying to be, accommodating. He just wanted me to have a good time.
Have a good time, yeah. But he was just like, man, I think but you get trapped, and it's not necessarily. Okay, it is. This is not a meme. This is just frustration, man. Like this is what we have. This is what we're supposed to look forward to. This is what we're supposed to give our lives for. Is this kind of fucking thing?
Yeah.
When you got someone who's not doing a goddamn thing all week, getting stressed out over a fucking technological issue. Go, I can't deal. I gotta make weenies. I gotta order pizza. Or do they make pizza? Was it like?
No. She ordered pizzas. She ordered like 6 of them.
God.
Here's the other thing. The reason she had this party, the main reason, I think she wanted the kids to start inviting their friends over because they're new in town, and she wanted to. So she was hoping they'd like tell everybody at school, "Hey, we're having a party. Come on over."
What?
Yeah. So a few kids did show up.
Why
what
the? Oh my god, dude. So on a dude's 40th birthday, who else was anybody ever there hanging out with him?
Well, actually, two of his friends came. This one guy, his name is Dirk. He's really cool. I like him. And then this other guy who's like a jiu-jitsu fighter guy came with his wife. And that was it, dude. It was just me, the jiu-jitsu guy, and his wife.
Well, still a couple. At least. Okay, that's good though, because listen, you know me. I have very few really for people that I call friends. If I had a party, it'd be 10 people and it'd be the best time of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd be
exactly.
like, I wouldn't invite a bunch of bullshit. I wouldn't have fucking someone else's kids over just to fucking have the. Is she one of those people you think's trying to make her kids like, hey, I'm cool, mom?
Oh yeah, that's definitely. I think she's one of those permissive parents. Like, let's everything fucking.
Jesus Christ. Well, how do you get involved? Do you see? Here's the real question here, and this is unfair maybe, but I'm just gonna. Do you see the spark? Do you see like the connection between these two of something amazing or anything even remotely like, wow, these guys just jive, man?
I want to, man. Believe me, because okay, here's the one thing that I think, how our dog is very good with, usually better with women that aren't very assertive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'd made that analogy earlier, with the other chick.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because, yeah, dude, she just has no goddamn backbone. That's her problem. And, she's just, I can't deal with this. You deal with it. You do it. And, dude, I bet you dildos to donuts that my brother paid for a good chunk of that party.
Sure.
Because...
Oh, yeah.
Because he was telling me, because we went, actually, later he took me to the store so I could get more beer. This time I got some OE, man.
You got an OE? Did you laugh? Was he laughing? He was laughing his ass off, dude.
It's like, I guess old habits die hard, huh? And I was like, yeah.
Did you get a tall can or what?
Yes, I got 224s.
Fuck, 220, because that light, what did he give you, like 3 of those Bud Lights?
Yeah, I drank like 4 or 5 of them, dude.
Yeah, those little fucking. That's what I'm saying. They're like, they make you almost mad. Like, why am I even drinking this shit?
Right, almost like, okay,
I'm saying,
come on.
man, light beer, dude. It's just not even fucking. You got to have some. So you're like, fuck it, because you had probably a little buzz going. And I was like, the moonshine was probably like floating along. So, because I've noticed with moonshine or other types of the HC motherfucker, that it kind of makes you allows you to drink more. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of gets
well,
you
that's it. It wakes you up and makes you like, hey.
So anyway, so you got 2 OEs and pound those. Oh wow, was that before the fight?
Because it was during the fight, dude.
Oh wow.
It was when I started drinking those. So it was awesome because they just called for the fight to start, and I cracked that open. The first can.
And then people were looking at you. Was anybody else commenting on it, or they were like, damn, or no one even said a word?
No, nobody really said anything to me about that. And then,
was anybody else drinking?
Dirk was drinking a little bit, I think. And that was pretty much it. I don't think his girlfriend.
The fight, of course, your review of the fight was blah, right?
Yeah, the fight was okay. I mean, it was a good fight, being that it went 10 rounds, and everything. But it was your typical the new guy comes in and uses up all his energy in the first couple rounds, and then what's his name? Mayweather just took him down because he was so tired at the end.
Yep.
So it wasn't a bad fight. I mean, it wasn't great.
Yeah, I'm sure were they talking shop like, hold
the announcers?
No, like the Ryan and his fighter friends and shit talking.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
Our dog and his fighter friends.
Yeah, because his one buddy, the jiu-jitsu guy, he was kind of like, yeah, man, and this is what it is. In fights, you got to realize, when they're warming up, they're doing this and they're, so yeah, he was kind of
doing a little bit like that self-strokage, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but it's just but you don't see. So you do see that, but I mean, I'm talking about like, okay, so here's something. Here's something I know, but I'm talking about like back to the relationship here. Back to the whole point I was getting at with that the chemistry, the like, wow, these guys make each other better. These guys.
I don't see that chemistry.
Here's one thing, and this is gonna sound crazy. You may disagree with me. Here's one thing about you and more. All right, and right when you guys were together, there was like you guys could vibe. boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah,
you know?
we could.
You vibed off each other. You guys vibe. People were like, yeah, all right. They could see you guys. That's why people were always like, why aren't you guys gonna leave me?
And they'll even ask if I still talk to her, shit like that.
Who do you think's gonna ask these guys, why aren't you guys getting married? They probably won't, because it's just like, I know it's a miasma. It's like a swamp, right? And you could tell he wasn't very happy, right?
No, he wasn't. I mean, he even bitched to me, dude. When I went upstairs to change, he was like, he went in the room and he was like, dude, I fucking been talking to her about this for a week now, and I expected for her to, get everything together, but we're sitting here fucking with this at the last minute. So, and it's like I said, dude, she's collecting disability, and she hasn't even got that yet. So, what the fuck was she doing all week? Watching Oprah?
It's like,
what the hell?
Yeah, that's a chain, man. It's a ball and chain. He's willingly latching a ball and chain on his ankle.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, no, it was bad. Well, dude, even certain people that like that we know have a significant other.
Yeah.
And that almost looks like it's more work, man. Like, fuck, dude. What. So I guess what I'm saying is, my whole point with this is, why do I get down sometimes and be like, man, I wish I had somebody.
Because
I guess I'll never.
Society
and then,
it's your gut too. It's your balls, dude, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like hoping
nature.
for that.
It's human
great
nature.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. That's the whole fight. That's why it's so depressing. That's why people settle like this, man. Because the whole world is telling you that this is the way it's supposed to be, and if it's not that way, then you're doing something wrong.
Fuck,
and you're not doing anything wrong,
happiness,
man.
I don't
it's
care
not.
what.
You're looking at that going, God. It's just
Man.
and they're not even paying attention, and it's like they don't give a shit. The kids don't give a shit. Okay, here's another thing about these kids. They didn't say a word, obviously, and when they did, was it like, hey,
Yeah, and they talk to each other,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
But was it
and,
like-
Well, at one point, the older one, he was kind of talking to me a little bit, like in the beginning of the fight. Not really talking to me even. He was just like, oh, I wonder, is the fight going to start soon? And then I just kind of said, oh, no, man, this is like pre-stuff. I think they're doing a lot of that. But he didn't really acknowledge. I think that oldest kid has Asperger's or something, dude. He just seems off.
Well, they might, but that's always the excuse. You got something, man. It's not just because your personality is shit. You got autism, man. Oh, you don't know how to deal with your emotions because no one ever taught you. Oh, it's not that. It's because I've got autism. You can't control your impulses because no one ever taught you. I've got ADHD. It's all excuses. Oh, I got this, so no one has to teach you not to do things. Well, he can't do that because he's got ADHD. How about you teach him? How about you stop him? Say, no, you're going to focus on this for a while, and I'm going to make you focus on this for a while so that you learn how to at least combat this shit. If you do have this ADHD, HD555D, the fuck ADHD, HHY, QMP, autism, whatever the fuck, Autism Burger DD, whatever, HD Autism Burger.
And then the one thing, okay, so this is right about when I was eating, which was probably about 6 when the fight, not the fight itself, but just the
pre-bullshit fights, the 12
stuff.
fights before the real fight at 9 or so.
Right, where they do the interviews and all that stuff. So I'm eating some food. Well, his girlfriend goes upstairs and showers, and it's like, okay, now she's in her room getting ready for what the fuck ever. Why she even needed to take a shower, I'm not sure. So yeah, now our dog and I are stuck, like with the kids there, and they're doing their shit. They had their little friends over, and they're running up and down the stairs, and just fuck, dude. I was like, what the fuck kind of shit is this, dude? What kind of parenting is this?
Love. And parenting and love, and he's gonna take the reins, and fuck.
Fuck
man,
that in the face, dude.
Yep, fuck that in the face with a big one, man. So
yeah, and I don't mean to sound like a sour grapes dude either, man. But
no,
fuck.
It's a realization. It's not sour grapes. It's liberating. It's liberating when you finally go look around you, because what's happening is called this. It's a separation, man.
Yeah,
it's like the separation from any kind of intense relationship that you've had, because for a while you're desperate to get this. It's like an alcoholism or an addiction. So now you're pulling away, and you're looking at things from the perspective of someone who doesn't do it anymore. It's like it's the same thing with your food. 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months ago, you would have been like, God, I couldn't imagine like going a week without like a Baconator or something like that, right? Or
just undisciplined motherfuckers that can't follow a diet. They're like,
I'm talking about your perspective before you started. You would not have thought you could eat the way you are before you started because you were in it. You could not. I couldn't imagine doing that. Now looking back and going, God, did I eat that shit? Did I eat fucking 3 Chicago dogs that are just loaded with? I mean, yeah, one loaded Chicago dog. Oh, fucking great. One double baconator maybe, or maybe
Right.
even the baconator sandwich with just a drink, or whatever. Like probably a single or double baconator would do you now. But a triple
Yeah.
with a double fry and a frosty? You would have done that before, dude.
No, that now would
Now
make you
even think
fucking
about it.
sick.
Come on. Think about fucking having a. What would you normally have? A Wiener Schnitzel. What would you have?
Wiener Schnitzel, yeah, dude, it would be the three
Three-
Chicago
three
dogs,
dogs.
3 bacon wrapped dogs, and a large fry,
Yeah,
and a
so-
soda.
Wait, 3
you know?
bacon. Okay, let me get that again. 3 of the kraut dogs, 2 bacon wrapped dogs.
No. It would either be 3 Chicago dogs, or sometimes I'll mix it up. I'll do like 2 Chicago dogs and 1 bacon wrapped dog.
Okay, so 4 dogs, a large fry, and a drink.
Yep.
What does that
and
make
then
you feel now
sometimes
when
I
you
would
think?
go afterwards and go back up and get one of those freezies
Yeah.
or whatever that thing's
So
called.
so now thinking about that, how does that make you feel?
Glurk.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. So now because your perspective is off. So was off because you are in it. So you're seeing this like when you stop drinking for a while. You're like, what the hell, or whatever you stop doing. You're
Yeah,
getting
was
to the
I
point
there
where
for
you're
that?
just like, wow. I realized that it was the comfort. It was the comfort of knowing I'm with somebody. I'm not going to be looked at as, well, what's wrong with him? Especially being a blind dude, man. Because you're like, yeah, I got a girl, huh?
Yeah, exactly. You feel like I'm the man now. I can get bitches.
Or,
you know?
or you can just at least think of like, well, at least I'm not a fucking blind dog. Whatever kind of ideas in your head you make up to be with somebody. So you're
Yeah.
seeing that now and you're realizing that most of it's bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of it's bullshit. Oh, that's the other thing. They got this. The house is really nice in a nice area, you know, and everything.
Let me guess, a dog.
Oh, they got 2 dogs. I like the dogs though.
Okay, cool.
Actually, the one dog was a softer dice. I like the dog.
Okay, cool.
But I guess my whole point with this is, okay, you know, hey, I may live in the hood or whatever, but at my house, it's totally tranquil and peaceful and fun to be here. You know what I'm saying? Whereas there, dude, I could not wait to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you know, and you know, like I said, his I was going to take Uber home, but then his friend Dirk actually offered to drive me home, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So as soon as Dirk had to leave because he had to work the next day, so he's like, well, I'm going to be leaving now. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, man. I'll get my shit, you know.
Mhm.
So, but that's the thing, dude. Having that nice house and having that girlfriend, the kids, you know, everybody thinks that's happiness, and it's like, no, actually, it's not. I'm happy, you know, where I live.
It could be happy. It could be. But if you're not, then you're not. So deal with it. But don't believe that you have to stop. Well, I can't do anything about it now. Yes, you can. You got your own place. You have your own life. If you said, you know what, I'm done with, you know, whatever. If you're not happy, because but well, I can't do that to her. It's not about her. It's about you.
Yep.
It's about you,
Yep.
dude. As a dude, it doesn't matter about her. It matters about you. If you're not happy, then get the fuck out.
Yeah, why stay there if
Why?
you're not
Because,
happy?
oh,
Well,
she's like, what about her? Ooh. Well, you're not happy. So you're.
well, you know, I don't know. He may be happy. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe
But
that's
he didn't seem happy. He didn't seem happy the
No.
whole night on his birthday.
yeah, that's true. It seemed like he was taking care of people and trying to be a good host, and you know, and he was great. I mean, I thought he did awesome. You know, but shit, dude, it's just like he didn't seem. Yeah, and like you said, it's his 40th birthday. Why is he paying for all the shit and taking care of everybody? You know.
Yeah, it's sad, but you know what? It's also, you know, people would look at us and go, "Oh God," or look at me and say, "Oh my God, your life." But the point is, man, that you got to do what you got to do for yourself, and if you notice that, then maybe it's just reinforce. It's one of those things going to reinforce your ability to just be who you are and relax. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like the same
Yeah.
thing with the diet. You got used to that. You're getting used to life in this way. And then when something good does come along, you have choices. You're like, well, I don't have to do this. It's not a pressure. This girl likes you, dude. Come on. She likes me. She wants to fuck me. I gotta fuck her. Oh, no, dude. I don't. Because you can see what's going to lead to most of the time now.
Oh yeah, well, dude, in all cases, every woman I've been with, there's always been bullshit, you know, while we were dating. You know, always something. You know, maybe not directly with me, but then they had something go on, and then you want to be the fixer McGuy. You know, oh, well, okay, honey, do you want me to help you? Do you want me to do
Yeah.
this for you? You know, and it's like, fuck that, dude. I don't want to take on somebody else's problems.
I got a question for you here. This isn't that just maybe you might not know the answer objectively, but looking back at that one relationship, the last one you had with that one chick who you said, you know, you got all Facebook lovey-dovey with and shit, right?
Oh, okay. Yep,
Do you
yep.
think you would even gotten that far as you are now from that point? In other words, like now looking back, if she would have dated, if you would have had the same situation with her now and not had, you know, do you think you would be like jumping in like that? Do you think you
No.
would know? Because you know
No
now.
way.
You've learned, and you're like, that is the fucking Fort Chicago dog meal, dude. You're like, ugh.
Yep. That's
Ugh.
well.
You look
it was
back
funny,
and
even
what you were due before and you settled for before. Now you're like, ugh.
Like, I don't have to. Yeah, exactly.
Or
Like,
I don't want to. God, I don't want that. I don't want fucking 4. I'll have 2.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Well, see, that's it.
Or I don't
You-
even
you-
want fucking Wiener Schnitzel. You know what I'd like? I'd like a fucking salad. Salad.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing that, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
ordering, just shit that's a little better for me.
Yeah,
you know,
like a
salads
steak sandwich, which brings us to our bar reviews. We're gonna give you fucking bar reviews. Because Max will go into a bar and drinking. Here's what he's thinking about places he has been.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
Oh,
That's-
one more thing I want to
that's-
say on the relation thing real quick though.
Okay.
It's just kind of funny. I was with Golden Retriever yesterday
Mm-hmm.
because I had to go to the CVS and I was going to stop by the 7-Eleven and get some dip real quick, right? So we went to the 7-Eleven and I guess the girl behind the counter was pretty attractive or whatever. So when she walks away to get my chew, Golden Retriever leans over and goes, "You should ask her out." And I was just like, "No." Like, "No, I'm good." Like I'm not. I don't even want to. I had the 4 Chicago dog feeling, man. No.
You should ask her. Why should I ask her out? Why should I? Why am I? You should. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
These are the
exactly.
same. These
I
are the
don't
fucking
wanna
same
ask-
people. You should ask her out. I'm a woman. I'm liberated. Why don't you? Well, why didn't she ask you out?
Yeah. Well,
You don't
and
get-
even
you
if she
should-
had,
she's
I don't
pretty.
know if I'd be interested.
So stupid. What the fuck? That is a sidey thing I just don't get. She's pretty. Like I don't give a fuck.
Like, yeah. To
Like,
me, I
oh
don't
my
really
god!
see much
If
of
you
a
dated her,
personality.
your status would go up because guys would look at you and girls would look at you and go, "Wow, he's with a pretty girl, so he's better." Fucking
Yeah.
that is a one thing I will say. I'm not the feminist person, but that would fucking annoy the shit out of me. The chick. Oh man, she's good looking. You should ask her out, man, because
Oh, I get it all the time. Hey, she's pretty hot, man. You should talk to her, dude. And our dog has been a big offender of that. There was
course.
one time we ran into somebody that I knew, and he was like, "Dude, that's like one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen you talk to, man. Why don't you ask her out, dude? Why don't you, why? Like you don't have the gumption or ability to do it, without somebody suggesting it.
yeah,
You know
or
what I'm
it's
saying?
like, man, I gotta give you that thought. You're like, I don't even have that thought because I don't want to.
Right. I'm not even feeling it like that.
I
I'm
feel
just
like that. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So yeah.
Here we go.
So that makes sense. So okay. So let's go into your little bar review.
Bar review. All right. So this is interesting. I went to this bar that was on Bar Rescue. It's now called Regan's Lounge. It used to be called Jack's Place.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to check it out. Well, I went in there, and when I walked in, there was a couple in there, like an older kind of white trash couple, whatever. And I walked in, and they're like, "Hey, can we help you?" And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, I actually saw you guys on Bar Rescue." And so they're like, "Oh yeah, you saw that episode, huh?" And so it was Travis was the bartender. He was really cool. And then there was Ernie. She works there too. She actually bought me a beer. She's like, "I'm gonna buy you a beer because you saw us on Bar Rescue." I actually had them sign a drink coaster.
Oh jeez.
I was like, "It's like your guys' autograph."
Because you watched
man.
that show, right?
Yeah, I like that show actually.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
like it.
so they're still around. How long ago was the episode?
The episode was, let's see, a couple weeks ago. Well, actually, it was back in July.
Okay. So you came in there, and so how was it? Was it rescued?
Well, not really, man. I mean, okay, the staff was cool. They were very cool people. But fuck, dude, after that couple left, it was dead. I mean, I was the only dude in the bar, man.
And this is
as
on
far as customers.
what night was this?
This is a Thursday night.
Oh well, okay. So
And it was just me and Travis pretty much just bullshitting the whole night. And I mean, he was cool, and then Ernie eventually left, and I was like, it was nice meeting you, and, we'll hopefully see you again. So I would go back just because they were such cool people. But I feel bad, man, that they don't seem to really have the clientele they used to have. You know what I'm saying?
Because you go to other places and around that are like shithole dives. Right.
Well, here's the thing. I had a situation. The Rum Runner's great to me, man. That's like probably my bar now. You know what I'm saying? My spot.
Which is ironic considering. I'm gonna take a trip to the Rum.
Hey, but you know what I will say, man? They're very cool. I mean, they'll come up right away and be like, "Hey, Max, you want another beer?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," or no, I'm ready to settle up. But here's but this is good, dude. I got to tell you about the one place I went the night of my
the barbecue steak.
Yeah, the place where I had the barbecue. Now the steak that was rocking, and the guy who brought it out to me was cool. But dude, the bartender was just a bitch. She was one of those, I'll hang out on the other side. It almost seemed very cliquey in there. Like they were very cliquey, and like nobody really came up and talked to you, And so she was over, and I kept having to ask her, "Excuse me, can I get another beer?" And she would, bring me one. So then finally, dude, I guess, after getting a few drinks in me, I was like, okay, can I switch to, I was going to have a Pabst Blue Ribbon instead of whatever the fuck I was drinking, some kind of like Bud or something. And I said, I'll take a Pabst Blue Ribbon. And she was like, because she said they had that on draft. So then she goes, okay. And then just walks away, dude. And she's like over there in the other end of the bar bullshitting with her friend or whoever the guy was. So you know what I did, dude? And this is fucked up, but I got up and I walked out without paying.
Wow.
Because I'm like, okay, you know what? You obviously don't give a shit about this place, so I'm just going to leave. Fuck it. And so I went out and caught my lift and left.
Okay, but so you obviously didn't have you pay with cash?
Yeah, well, what happened was I paid with my card, but see, with the kitchen and the bar are two separate tabs. So, and I paid the tab for the matter of fact, I even tipped the dude who brought out the steak sandwich. So he got his shit. But that bartender was a bitch, man. So I was like,
so
okay,
he didn't get his shit, but okay, but I don't understand. So you obviously had your card.
Yeah.
Because what I don't understand is because they usually when they start a tab, they take your card.
Well, actually, she did not. She didn't even take my card.
Wow, how many beers did you have?
About 5, I think.
So you just said fuck it?
Yeah, I just said fuck it, man. I was like, this chick's a bitch.
So you don't see any. So she did not take your card to swipe it at all.
No, she never touched my card. My card was in my wallet. Like I said, the only time the card was taken was when the guy came to settle up for the food bill.
That's funny as fuck, dude. Because you just said fuck it. She's not. You're like you thought. Thinking, wait a second. She never took my card. Because if she had taken your card, obviously you would have said, you know what, I'm going to settle up and get out of here and just cut my losses.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I would have just been like, hey, can I go ahead and settle up? After
the fuck out of here. Then you could have said something like, you know what, you're terrible. You're awful service.
Right. Yep.
But
here's something that happened at the Rum Runner when I was there Friday night. Because after I went...
man, you are a bar hopper now, dude. You're getting into this shit now.
It's kind of cool, though, man, because it's like, it gives me something to fucking do, man.
But but then you meet people and talk to strange people. And you probably overhear so many weird conversations.
Oh, I do. And it's not about meeting girls or anything.
No.
It's just meeting people. You know what I'm saying?
Going out and just doing, it's a safe place to do it at, actually.
Exactly.
Really, I mean, there's not. I mean, the only thing's gonna happen is you're gonna get shot up there. You're not gonna go out to some casino and go. You're going to a bar. A lot of times you're gonna see the same people there at the runner. You probably see a couple people like, hey, we're just good. Now they probably know your name now.
Oh, yeah, some remember me, and actually these dudes. There's these two Mexican dudes that always come in with this vape all the time, and they're like, hey man, you want to hit it, man? And I'm like, all right, fuck it. They're really cool. Chino and Johnny, they're cool dudes, man.
They in there every Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going there, so you get your little bake on. You're like, yeah, chilling.
Oh, yeah, it's cool. And then some of the other, like this other guy, Robert, although that's kind of an SMJ dude. He fucking had to tell everybody, oh, he's blind. Like, motherfucker, they know, So that was kind of annoying.
So what happened? There was an incident you said up there.
Oh, the incident. Okay, so here's what it was. So this one bartender, I call her Train. Her name's Tiff, but. She's real good, and the reason I call her Train is because the first time I was in there, I went with Steve, and she was leading us, and so we had like a little blind train going on, and she's like, "All right, here we go," and she started making train sounds, chugga 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 choo choo, just trying to be funny, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe treating maybe a little SMJism, but they're going on.
Yeah, I think it is.
At the beginning, whatever. But then that was probably she didn't know you then, right?
No.
So then after she probably, as long as she reassesses, that's all good, at least kind of.
But it's a good running joke for us now.
Every time I get up. Now she's reassessed it. Now you're not like Chooch. She probably wouldn't have done that now if she had known you. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, here, come on over to the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she does say, she's like, oh, I got you, chugga chugga chugga. She kind of does that. Still just.
Because that's a joke. But now she knows you're with it. She's like, oh, okay, cool.
Right, exactly. We got the respect.
Yeah.
Well, she was really good when she was tending bar the other night. She would, come up and ask if I needed another beer and all that shit.
It was busy, right?
Yeah, and it was mad busy. Fuck yeah. and it's a big bar. You know what I'm saying? It's not a little hole in the wall thing. It's a pretty decent sized bar.
Don't remember it being that big. Maybe I'm tripping.
Oh, you're thinking of, you know what? There's several locations, and the one you were at was on Flamingo, and this one's over on Tropicana.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's the one you remember. That's right. The one where Sluggo flipped out.
Where is this at? Trop and where? Trop and
Spencer, actually. So,
okay.
But here's the part that gets fun. So about 1 o'clock, it was her time to finish. It was the shift change. So she leaves, or she, steps out from behind the bar, and dude, this other guy comes, and some black dude named Derek. He's your typical dude. If the word nigger applied to anybody, it would definitely be this dude.
Okay.
Just the way he acted, dude. The way he came across, man. I mean, you didn't even have to have a direct dealing with him. But at one point, he was talking shit back there about how a customer was getting in his face and how he told the dude, you can come see me when I get off shift, motherfucker, or whatever, And he was like bragging about it back there. And he was a dick, dude. He just didn't, he wasn't attentive like Train or that other Sarah chick was. So he was kind of a prick, dude. And at one point, I kept having to ask him. I was like, "Hey, dude, can I get another beer?" It was one of those again. So I found out that Tiff hadn't left yet, and I said, "Hey, can you bring her over here?" So the guy I was talking to went and grabbed her real quick and brought her over. I said, "Look," I said, being that you changed shifts while I'm still here, you didn't get the tip." And I said, "You should get the tip, not him, because this guy's a dick." And so I was like, "Here, let me give you." So I gave her a $5. So she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet, thank you." I was like, "Yeah, no," I said, "You've been great all night," and I said, "You deserve a tip." I said, "This fucking guy, he doesn't." And that's the other thing, dude. The bar started clearing out. Like the Mexican dudes I was sitting next to, they were like, "Hey, man, I don't like this guy's attitude, man. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here."
Oh, they said that too?
They straight up said it. They didn't like his attitude, and the bar just cleared out. I mean, it was like me and maybe a handful.
What the hell were you doing there? So how long were you there for?
Oh, I was there till about 1:15.
But when did you get there?
I got there about 10.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like an 8 o'clock thing. So you were there.
Oh, no. Because I finished dinner, and then my mom brought me home, and of course I wanted to do the treadmill. So I get on the treadmill for 30 minutes, and then I get in the shower, to get all the sweat off me and shit. So probably by the time I left here, it was about 10.
So you said fuck it and left there about 1:30? Ubered it out of there?
Yep, pretty much. I just settled up, and then that was it. And I was like, all right, peace.
But he was just clear. Yeah, that's what happens, because people know who's good. They know who's nice, and that guy had an attitude. He probably had a scowl on his face, just in his voice.
Oh, yeah, because like I said, dude, I could hear, little murmurings around the bar. People going, "I don't like his attitude." Because other people were kind of saying shit about him, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't like the dude. So, and it cleared the fuck out, dude. As soon as he came on, I was like, whoa. So, the bartender definitely makes the experience, I think.
That's one of your first observations. The bartender is more important than maybe we let on, and maybe we should be important for the barbecue. But the barbecue. The bartender, yes.
Yeah, well, that's why if you get a good bartender, take care of him.
Well, you should have given her like a 20 then, because your tip shit was sucked. That's $5. How many beers did you have that night, like from her?
Well, remember too. I think my bill at that time was only like $15.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
Because they're big mugs, but they're cheap, dude. They're like, I think $3 a mug or something like that. Yeah,
that's the way. That's the thing about they're not because you're getting the basic drafts, and so that makes sense.
Yeah, so it was a decent. She was really happy to get a tip, period. And like I said, I think my bill came to.
You didn't give that fucker a tip, obviously.
I didn't give him shit. No, hell no. I wanted to make sure that she got a tip and he did not.
Mm-hmm.
So, but well, shit, dude. Moving on, I got one more thing real quickums.
Okay.
And it's regarding. Okay, so we were talking shit about Google and YouTube and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Last show.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now, did you have a lot of issues trying to upload that Supercuz show?
No, I did not. I did not have any issues whatsoever.
Well, that's interesting because, dude, I had a bitch of a time uploading this motherfucker. And, like it would say it was sitting at 28%. And I'm going, well, what the fuck's going on? Why is it not fully uploading? So I tried to upload it a bunch more times, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why is this not working? So then I'm checking in my video manager and I'm seeing like all these copies of that interview, just sitting there at different stages of uploadery, like just stuck there. One was at 97% and just didn't move. Anyway, long story short, it eventually uploaded the next day at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But that's why I originally shared your link on Facebook. That's why you have a fuckload of views on that video.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, you got like 20 on that bitch, dude.
Oh, well, good. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I shared yours because I wanted him to get his interview, you know. But then I finally got it uploaded to my channel. But then somebody wrote me an email and said that the show was only 20 minutes long. And I'm like, what? So I took the old one down and then re-uploaded it. And this time this one took and did what it was supposed to. But I'm like, okay, you know, the conspiracy theorist in me is thinking, you know, because we were talking about Google and, you know, we don't agree with their faggot agenda, you know. And I could see them, you know, like, because my channel's been up.
Here's the only problem I have with that. Is that you do not know whether it was your computer, because like we said, we had some issues before with Skype before we started today. So it could be a conspiracy that Skype was it. So you don't really know. What you really need to look at is your view count and other things as well on that. So if you keep an eye on that, if you notice it changing, then you know they're fucking with you and changing shit.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't know, you know, are they really fucking with me, or was it just a dumb glitch?
Yeah, the Neropoid, man. The Neropoid is coming in, dude.
Well, yeah, because I'm thinking like, well, okay, you know, my channel's been up for a while. I have a lot of shit up there. You know, not like I get mad viewers, but it's still like, you know, what's going on here? They play, and see, this is the problem with these fucks, dude. They play these little girly passive-aggressive games with you, rather than just, you know, like blocking your account.
Oh no, they're not doing that. They're blocking accounts now. They're cutting people off. People are being cut off now. So.
Oh really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're still doing that stuff, like you said, to make it seem like. But a lot of people are being cut off. It's a bad scene, man. So. Yeah,
well, and that's it. I thought, well, maybe, you know, maybe because of our last video, you know, they're like, oh, we'll show them, and then they pull their little, you know, because we obviously clearly don't ride along with their agenda, you know.
Yeah. Well, we never do.
But and the fact that you had no trouble uploading it and I did, you know, so it wasn't like it was a glitch in the system.
Well, no, it could be a glitch in the system on your computer because your computer wasn't working. It could be your browser. You have no idea what it is. See, that's why you're making it. You can't make assumptions on this. There's really no way to prove it.
Although I will tell you this, I did it from home and I did it from work. So 2 separate places I tried to upload from.
No, maybe it was just you know, who knows? All I can say, we can't make a definitive. All we know is that it's happening. So
yeah,
we'll keep an eye on that down the line, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably need to find a new place to start uploading our shows, probably sooner than later, man.
Maybe,
you know?
maybe, man. But I don't have much, man. I just rolling along, man. Just doing my thing with you know, work and everything. I don't really have a lot to talk about this week. It's just the same old crumbling of the country type shit, the same lies, man. It's amazing how people can claim about fake news and still trust CNN and Fox and those
Well, that's the thing. It's almost like the only game in town mentality. Like, well, you know, it is fake news and all, but it's all we have.
No, but they think it's not. They think it's for some. They don't realize that it's just the same. It's all the same. It's all trying to push us in directions. The alt-right want you to think that the whites are in desperate need and in desperate endangered species. You know, the Black Lives Matter want to think that all cops are killing all blacks, and even though blacks are killing more blacks than anything else, you know.
Right.
You know, all these people, they all want to think these things, and so they're gonna claim who's fake and who's real. It just amazes me that people still think that the mainstream media, because it's on TV, that it's actually
on TV, so it's got to be real, right?
Give me a fucking break. That's the reason why I don't trust any of it. It's amazing to me how people don't trust any of it. Like, don't trust any of it. Just go by your own actions. And if you look at a video and it looks like it's a film video and you can tell it's a real film video and it's not doctored, follow those. Look at the real shit. Don't go, oh well, this is a video here. It's been edited by CNN. You know.
Right,
whatever.
Right.
So just that's just,
and then too, they got all these people that are like, well, that was fake. Like I had somebody tell me that the guy that was around, was it Chicago? The guy that shot the dude over the girlfriend, that shot the old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh man, that was fake, man. That was fake." So now you get people, thinking.
So now people think that science is fake now too, like that women, that there's no biological differences, that there's flat earthers out there who actually believe the world is fucking flat.
Yeah, I know. I have heard of those people.
Crazy fucking shit. So we're just hold on tight as always. That's all I gotta say. Is hold on tight. You got anything else, man?
Man, that's it. That's
all right,
it.
Man. So we're gonna roll.
Like I said,
No, it's good, man.
So
hold on tight. Keep it right. Go to sleep at night and Be the light.
Remember, it's always a fight.
It's always a fight because it is the 27th of August, 2017, and I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. And
That's the story there, bitches. Whoa, whoa, yeah, oh,
Heil Hitler. Black Lives Matter, motherfucker.